feel good about what we do every day, but some days stand out. And today is one of those days.
Because slavery is one of the worst human rights abuse. It's taking someone and treating him like an object or like depriving from all humanity. It's total abuse. So it seemed natural defending human rights and trying to make the society a better society to fight human trafficking. It's a huge business. It's a $150 billion business. It's a huge industry, and it's a very well organized crime, and we fight it in a totally disorganized manner. So what we try to do at the foundation is to help people organize on the fight for trafficking. It's all over the world. I mean, it is literally all over the world. You have slaves in the US, you have slaves in the UK, you have slaves in France, everywhere.
Slavery, I've now determined, is everywhere if you look.
Financial institutions are bound by quite extensive anti-money laundering laws, rules, and guidelines. So any sort of transactions of proceeds from someone engaging in forced labor, slavery, trafficking would constitute and is likely to constitute money laundering. So you've got to care about it because actually it's an obligation both under local and international law.
With domestic workers, as has been mentioned previously, many of these women are carved out of the legal protections that would be available to normal migrant workers. Why is that so?
I think we're in a very unique position because we hold a lot of information, a lot of data that would be relevant. One of the things that we're looking to achieve and help corporates deal with slavery obviously is providing background information, understanding of the corporate structures, ownership patterns, and obviously a lot of times these are transnational and multinational, which adds to the complexity. Yes, increasingly so. The push hasn't necessarily been anti-slavery. Corporates, for one, have been developing their own internal capacity against corruption, against bribery, and with that, increasingly so over the years, they've included other risk topics like environmental crimes, anti-human trafficking, human rights issues, as well as anti-competition.
Oh yes, big time. I mean, it's crucial because corporations have very often a lot more means than government to change law, to change course when they see an issue. So we try every year, we have a big discussion on the supply chain of corporations. Most corporations have understood now that they have an issue there and they need to clean their supply chain, but it's a very, very complex issue. It's very difficult to know because it's such a chain of contracts that it's very difficult to know what happens in the end. But some of them have really started to look into it. They can act very quickly when they see something. They can change course very quickly, quicker than governments that usually take time to have new laws, new procedures, etc.
If there are some conscientious consumers out there or buyers who want to buy ethically traded shrimp, what have we provided?
So we're very pleased to announce that we have two relationships with Thomson Reuters. First is one most recently formed with WorldCheck, and we've been working with WorldCheck for about 8 months now and had a lot of success in creating typologies for some of the modern slavery and forced labor criminal offences. We've now formed some more formal partnership to help create better structures in that data capture and also to speak to and gather information from other NGOs around the region. The second part of partnership is with Trust Law, and one of our team, Archana, has been working very hard with members of Trust Law to create a range of legal documents and legal analysis. The long-term vision of all these projects is to make some sort of systemic change to the environment in which slavery thrives.
It's a fantastic platform to bring in relevant people to meet, to connect, to network, to understand how we're dealing with the issue.
when you think about banking and finance institutions and the fact that slavery is a $150 billion business, that money is going somewhere, it's flowing somewhere, it's going into our banks. So they should care about where this money comes from, because these are tainted funds that nobody should be touching. Companies have, long lines of suppliers who have very complex supply chains. Again, if those supply chains are engaged in employing individuals who are connected with slavery in any way, then it is imperative that they are made aware of this and that they should care about this. Companies and financial institutions have a huge and wide-ranging impact on millions and billions of people, and it's imperative that they take their responsibility for responsible ownership, environmental, social and governance issues very seriously.
What I've never done before is been in a room of such highly effective and inspiring people talking about making inroads to trafficking on a whole other level. It's given me a great sense of hope that just as slavery is becoming, I think, a daily term now, and when we started talking about it 5 years ago, it was a bit kind of exotic. We've had to explain, that slavery is still happening. That's not happening anymore. And I think as this issue becomes more and more the issue of our day, it gives me great confidence to see these professionals in banking, in data, in information, in media, all coming to solve this problem.
No greater investment will ever any of us make than the time you're giving to fight slavery.